Hey guys, Pokeversity here, and this is a follow-up video to my video yesterday. Some more information has been revealed regarding the Pokemon Switch games, and I guess this information was available when I made my original video, but I missed this, so I wanted to do a follow-up video talking in depth about some of the rumours that are circling this new Pokemon Switch game. At this point in time, it's important to remember that this is only a rumour. However, if it is proven true, then I will be absolutely ecstatic because some of the changes here are really cool. So without further ado, let's jump right in. The supposed information comes from a 4chan thread. Like in my previous video, as we discussed, this seems to suggest that we'll be returning to Kanto. However, unlike my previous video where I thought it was a straight out Yellow remake, here it talks about how Red and Blue are going to return but as story characters, while your player and the rival are brand new characters which we haven't seen before. This is more likely to make these new games a sequel as opposed to a remake. And if that's the case, maybe there's some credibility to the Underwater Pallet Town rumours that have been floating around. If this really is the case, then it's really going to be interesting to see what other terrain may have changed in the Kanto region since we've been there in Generation 4. The post talks about Pokemon Go integration, which is something Niantic have expressed an interest in doing in the past. Of course, this integration is likely only to be one way, which is Pokemon Go Pokemon coming onto your Switch version, since Pokemon Go only includes up to Gen 3, and it would be a safe assumption that the new Pokemon Switch games will include all of the Pokemon available at least through Pokebank. If the post is to be believed, then it talks about how ride Pokemon are to be used instead of HMs, which would make the return to Kanto a whole lot more bearable. This means that players would be able to have a full team of 6 Pokemon without having to sacrifice any move slots to HMs, or having to use an outright HM slave taking out a whole Pokemon on your team. In terms of mechanics, the post also talks about how Pokemon Go style catching will be implemented. I think using a different method of catching as opposed to just selecting a Pokeball and pressing A could really freshen up the way that we play the game. That is, of course, as long as this changes only in the way that we throw Pokeballs. Currently in Pokemon Go you have to catch multiple Pokemon of the same type to power up your existing Pokemon, and hopefully this isn't a feature that we see coming to the main games. I can't see how you would implement that in a tactical RPG like Pokemon, but nonetheless it's not a feature I want to see come. The post also refers to an accessory that can be used with both Pokemon Go and the Switch titles. If that's the case, then I'd suspect something similar to the Pokewalker from Gen 4 combined with the Pokemon Go Plus. I wouldn't expect anything miraculous here. Now to the most exciting part of the post. I'm sure you guys remember, but in Pokemon Yellow, Pikachu could follow you around. In Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, literally any member of your party, whatever was in the top slot of your team, would follow you around. I'd completely given up hope for this feature ever making a return when we converted to a 3D model-based engine. However, if Game Freak have found a way to make this work, then this will probably end up being one of the Pokemon games that I've sunk the most hours into, because this was by far my favourite feature of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I'm ecstatic at the concept of it coming back. Unfortunately, this is a particular rumour that I hear every single time a new Pokemon game's gonna come out. Ever since Heart Gold and Soul Silver, this is a rumour that floats around all the time, and as of yet there's been no validity to it, so don't get your hopes up, but like I said, I really want to see this one happen. Just to be complete, this thread also talks about there being a social hub for online play. I don't really care about this aspect, but as long as it's an improvement over the Festival Plaza, then I'm all happy. And who knows, maybe if it's really good, I'll spend a lot of time there, but given the previous online hubs we've had, I'm not going to be holding my breath for this one. The most important thing to note here is this would not be a true Generation 8, as we are returning to Kanto. It's most likely that we're going to see the original 151 Pokemon in the early game, and maybe all of the Pokemon in the late game. It is important to note that when we went back to Kanto in Gen 2 and Gen 4, there were Johto Pokemon appearing in Kanto, so maybe since these games take place after Red, Blue and Yellow, it's possible that we'll see some other variations of Pokemon there, but I'm not expecting much more than the general 151. I feel like Game Freak know their audience really well. They know that they can pander to the people that are absolutely in love with Gen 1. You know, there's only ever 150 Pokemon. There was never any of these others. Some people have that mindset, and if you can appeal to them, then they will buy the game. So I have a feeling that we might see this feature. My point is, we're not going to see a brand new set of Pokemon with new starters, new legendaries, etc. So my point is, just don't get your hopes up for a brand new generation. If these rumours do prove true, we're probably seeing closer to remake sequel territory than we are to a brand new generation. Overall, I think these changes could refresh the formula for Pokemon. In true fashion, though, the internet is up in arms describing this post as the end of Pokemon. I think it's important to remember that all of this is rumour and speculation at this point. Nothing's been confirmed, nothing is certain. Although I think that these changes could be good and they could overall refine some of the biggest problems with Kanto, and this game could be the best version of Kanto that we've ever seen if it does really eliminate HMs and some of the other problems that Kanto has. That's all the information that we have at this time. Hopefully this gets you excited for what might be to come in Pokemon later this year. Let me know down in the comments if you're excited by this news or not, and let me know what you'd like to see personally in a Kanto remake for the Switch. If you like this video, then please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more from me, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. But anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.